Hello everybody, today I'm going to share with you this Halco 175watt R40 floodlight bulb. Now this is pretty unique because this is the first mercury vapor flood bulb in my collection that is of this type. Now I do have two PAR 38 100 watt mercury vapor floods, but I believe they're black lights, and they use the Ed medium base, which I do not have currently in the collection. However, I could obviously solder some wires to it and turn it on that way, and I should probably do that sometime. That would be pretty neat. The other mercury vapor floodlight bulbs that I have are sun lamps, the 275 watt incandescently ballasted mercury vapor, sun lamps for sun tanning. So this is the very first needing a ballast type bulb with the actual, thin glass, unlike a PAR 38 type bulb. So very cool. First one in my collection here, and I got this for a purpose. Got this off of Amazon. It was sold by them, and I don't see any more of them in stock except for third-party sellers. But this was $11, and I was really kind of hesitant about the price. For $11, what kind of quality bulb am I going to get? So when I finally opened this thing up, I was very surprised at the actual quality of this item. So of course we have the front of the packaging here. It talks a little bit about some of the features that this bulb has, about the nickel-plated base. It is medium base, and the hard glass shell, which it is a pretty, well-built bulb. Now, I bought this to be used in a new installation. I put a NEMA head on the backyard of my parents' house here, and of course using a regular 175 watt mercury vapor bulb spreads light everywhere. Now that's not obviously a very desired thing in a city when you're trying to not, put it in the neighbors' yards for no reason. Now I would have put a street light in this location where I wanted to put this the fixture, and but the problem was I have no way of installing a Cobra head street light on this arm, and I'll show you this fixture later because I'll put this bulb in the NEMA head to demonstrate it later on tonight so we can see it turned on, because I haven't turned this bulb on yet. Now, being in a NEMA head, it obviously is mogul based, and this is a medium base bulb. So I have this really old adapter here, looks like brass, and then a regular in the inside there, and this will work just fine as an adapter for this medium base bulb to a mogul based NEMA socket, so no problems there. Now I just want to jump back for a minute to the why I wanted to put a street light there, couldn't because I didn't have the equipment of a ladder or scissor lift or something that could extend in the way that I wanted it to, so I wouldn't feel like falling off of the ladder. Anyway, I'll talk a little bit more about it when we fire this thing up. So let's go ahead and take a look around the packaging, as I seem to have rambled long enough. I can't read that, so we won't read it. Oh, here we go. Here's some information that I can read, and it's all pretty basic, and something else that I can't read. On the bottom we can see that this box anyway, was made in 2013. And there's the top. It was manufactured very early, 2016. So Amazon has had this thing sitting around for quite a while. I don't know why that just turned off, so let me figure out why. Oh, because I'm sitting on the remote. I thought the power went out for a second. So we'll take that out, and here's the bulb itself. You can see me. Hello. And when I saw pictures of this online, it was at such an angle like this that I couldn't tell if it had a dimple on top. And it does, and that is really cool because I really liked, looking up at these in can lights, and that's how you could tell when they were off if they were mercury vapor or not. So having that dimple is pretty cool. It reminds me of going through the bank drive-thru when I was very young, and they always had mercury vapor can lights, the eyeball can lights, and with these bulbs in them. Now, a couple had a bump out, like a BT shape, and then this one has a bump in, like an ED. So, yeah, this is kind of really cool to have. And we can see the very nice finish. It is a little dirty. And the very high quality base. If we take a look inside, we have two starting electrodes on the arc tube. And it's kind of hard to see, but there's one. And we do have one on the other end down there as well. Now, when I saw that, and the quality of the base and the quality of the bulb altogether, I have a very strong feeling that this was made by Lighting, or I think it's Iwaski or something like that. They make very high quality, high intensity discharge bulbs. And they usually always have two starting electrodes, one at the top and one at the bottom of their mercury vapor bulbs. And you can see the two black resistors there. Very neat. So yeah, a very high quality bulb, and it does connect to the top dimple here, and you can kind of see the wire going up there to connect to it, and you can kind of hear it there too as I tap it. So I'm going to go ahead and install this in our NEMA head outside, and we'll fire it up and see how it runs. Okay, so on the top of the house there, you can kind of see the NEMA head and the bulb inside. The NEMA head itself is a Westinghouse NEMA head and a GE refractor, both in great condition. So let me go ahead and turn the light on. Okay, so apparently when I switch apps, the camera stops rolling. So I had to switch apps to turn on the light, as it's connected to a Wi-Fi switch. And I can turn it on and off remotely from my phone, so that my parents can use it from anywhere outside. So we have a very nice startup color here. If I look through the camera to make sure it's not all over the place. So here it is zoomed out, and I'll zoom back in. So I'm trying to refocus the camera for optimal viewing, I guess. Anyway, let's go ahead and let this thing warm up. So it's at full brightness now, and it kind of looks like it's not even a flood bulb, but it is. If we zoom in here, it's kind of hard to see, but obviously most of the light's coming out of the bottom. Now some of the light is getting caught by the refractor and getting moved around. Now if you see the little reflection right about the tip of my finger, that's more what it looks like in person. Obviously it's upside down, it's the lens doing all this weird stuff, but you can see the floodlight bulb itself, and then the little ring around it is what the refractor is catching and throwing around. So it produces a nice amount of light here on the ground, you know, when it gets cut off, you know, at a decent spot, but yet there's still enough light to kind of see around without any issues. But obviously most of it is now directed down and not all over the place, you know, at neighbors' houses and things like that. So the bulb definitely does help in, you know, stopping how far the light can travel. So anyway, I really do hope you enjoyed this video of this mercury vapor floodlight bulb. Pretty cool stuff. Also, please comment, rate, and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.